In a small town where dreams often faded before sunrise, there lived a girl named Mira. She was the kind of person who had big ideas but rarely acted on them. Every morning, she would wake up determined to change her life. Maybe today she would finally speak up in class, join the debate team, or start learning English like she'd always wanted. But as the day unfolded, hesitation always crept in. She would watch others raise their hands, volunteer, and take chances, while she sat quietly, her heart pounding with things left unsaid. Mira's mind was a battlefield of what-ifs and maybe-laters. She envied the confidence of her classmates, believing they were born with something she just didn't have. The truth was, Mira's life was ruled by a silent enemy: hesitation. It wasn't that she lacked dreams or talent. It was that every time she wanted to act, her mind would flood with doubts. What if I fail? What if they laugh? What if I'm not good enough? These thoughts would freeze her in place, and by the time she gathered the courage to move, the moment had already passed. One afternoon, after another day of missed opportunities, Mira sat under the old mango tree in her backyard, feeling defeated. Her grandmother noticed her sadness and sat beside her. "You know, Mira," she said gently, "sometimes all it takes to change your life is 5 seconds of courage." Mira looked up, puzzled. Her grandmother smiled and told her about the 5-second rule, a simple idea that whenever you feel the urge to act on a goal, you count down from 5 and move before your brain can talk you out of it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, she said, snapping her fingers. Don't give your fears time to grow. That night, Mira lay awake thinking about those words. Could something so simple really make a difference? The next morning, as she sat in class, the teacher asked a question. Mira knew the answer, but as usual, her hands stayed glued to her desk. Then she remembered her grandmother's advice. She whispered to herself, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And before she could overthink it, her hand shot up. The teacher called on her, and Mira answered, her voice trembling but clear. For the first time, she felt the rush of breaking through her own barrier. It wasn't perfect, but it was a start. That small victory sparked something inside her. Mira began using the 5-second rule for everything, answering questions in class, joining group activities, even starting conversations in English with her neighbor. Each time, she felt that familiar wave of fear, but the countdown gave her just enough momentum to act before doubt could take over. The more she practiced, the easier it became. She started to realize that confidence wasn't something you were born with. It was something you built 5 seconds at a time. Of course, there were setbacks. Some days, Mira's courage faltered. She would freeze, miss her chance, and feel the sting of regret. But instead of giving up, she reminded herself that every day was a new opportunity. The 5-second rule wasn't about being fearless. It was about being brave for just long enough to move. Over time, her classmates started to notice the change. The quiet girl who once blended into the background was now leading discussions, volunteering for projects, and even helping others overcome their own fears. Mira's English improved her great sword, and most importantly, she began to trust herself. The contrast between her old life and her new one was striking. She had gone from a spectator to a participant, from silent to seen. The 5-second rule hadn't just changed her actions, it had changed her identity. One day, the school announced a speech competition. The old Mira would have never even considered entering, but the new Mira felt a spark of excitement. She signed up, her heart pounding with both fear and hope. In the days leading up to the event, she practiced her speech every night, using the 5-second rule to start each rehearsal, to calm her nerves, and to finally step onto the stage when the big day arrived. As she stood before the audience, she felt that familiar surge of anxiety. But she counted down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and began to speak. Her words flowed, her voice steady, her message clear. She spoke about her journey, about the power of small moments of courage, and about how anyone could change their life in just 5 seconds. When she finished, the room erupted in applause. Mira didn't just win the competition. She won something far greater: belief in herself. Years later, Mira would tell her story to others who felt stuck, who watched life from the sidelines, who believed that courage was for other people. She would tell them that the real secret to change is you and waiting for the perfect moment or for fear to disappear. It's about acting before your doubts have a chance to stop you. The 5-second rule is not magic, but it is powerful. It's the bridge between thinking and doing, between dreaming and becoming. If you ever find yourself hesitating, remember Mira, the girl who counted down and changed her life, one small act of courage at a time. The next time you feel that fear holding you back, don't wait. Count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and move. Your future is waiting on the other side of those 5 seconds. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please consider liking and subscribing for more content like this. We'll see you in the next one.